Just your general thoughts on coming back from spring break and what you saw this week.
Yeah, let's talk about Wednesday's practice. Normally that's your worst practice. Like it's just, after a week off. It was really good for us because we hit about 8 practices. So it was good for them to at least get a break through the spring break, and kind of get their legs back. But I thought we came out with some pretty good energy offensively on Wednesday and did some really good stuff. I was actually very pleased with that. Now, Coach did a really good job with having Monday and Tuesday to kind of ease into it and kind of get them a little bit acclimated back. And we did pretty good on Wednesday. Yesterday, we didn't have the energy, we didn't have the consistency needed. And they were challenged today, and I thought the offense came out a lot better today. So we're still working on the base fundamentals on the last time like that we talked. It's more just about the understanding on just how the offense works and the breaking points and kind of the issues on every single play. And with Coach Sherman and all the looks that we're getting a lot of great teachable moments. And I think we're getting better offensively, as we go on. We still got 2 more work days, on Monday and Wednesday of next week, and then you have the walkthrough, and then you got the spring game. So we still got a lot more work left, which is very needed for me. And our staff, and also our players as well. But we got to grind through this last week, and then they can get their legs back, and we can move on to the summertime.
What were the key differences from yesterday to today when you guys were having some struggles getting to the end zone yesterday?
I thought it was just the intention and the demeanor and the effort that they're playing with. Typically in practice, if the offense has a good day, the defense is going to respond the next day. So how can we match that enthusiasm and that energy and consistently do it? Because it's a hard game. You have to play with great effort. You have to play in elements. It was a little bit raining, rainy weather yesterday, and I thought it kind of got to them. But the things that are in our control is playing with great effort and our communication and the pre-snap penalties and just the stuff that we can control. And I didn't think that we really handled the elements, and I didn't think we came ready to play yesterday. But I thought we responded today. Now let's see if we can do it again on Monday. That's our next challenge.
How would you rate Sam's progression up to this point?
He gets better every single day. He does. And it's tough to always, evaluate QBs, especially in spring. If you're going with the 1-0 line or the 2-0 line, or if you got what receivers are out there and all that, I always grade based off if they're making the right decisions. When we started off, Fernando and Sam were roughly around 60% correct on their efficiencies and making the right decisions. Now they're getting up into that 90 range, and that's where you want to try to get them to. And that means they're having an understanding. We're simplifying it, but that means I need to challenge them more, put more on their plate, and see what else they can handle. So all I ask these guys is show up and give effort and get better from what they were the previous day, and Sam's been doing that on a consistent basis.
So what are the keys to that other 10% that you need them to get to?
Yeah, those are the ones that really dictate what type of team we're going to be, because, the quarterbacks are always going to take the criticism, but they're also going to take the praise. So, we've got to work and focus on those, those 10. Now, in those 10 mishaps, the 10%, how extreme and how detrimental are those plays? So you got to minimize damage, and you got to make sure that you're taking care of the football. And Sam's got a very unique ability and a little gunslinger mentality at times, which that's. I had a golf coach at Texas A&M tell me a long time ago, right? Do you want the quarterback that shoots even par, or do you want the quarterback that can hit you like a hole-in-one, a birdie, an eagle, or maybe a triple bogey at times? And that's Johnny Manziel, and that's Kyler Murray, And you kind of want you can kind of handle the rest and try to get rid of the bogeys, but just try to hit some birdies and the eagles out there, and that's what Sam brings, And it's fun, to watch him play, but you just got to take it one play at a time with him and keep helping him through the process, because he's got a dynamic ability when he's out there.
How would you assess how Sam played today?
I thought he played okay. He threw the interception at the end on a really a scramble play at the end, and I put him in a drop back scenario at that point. I tried to eliminate drop back today and have some success, and that's why we moved the ball a little bit better, because we were forcing the run a little bit more today, and I wasn't trying to work plays. I was just trying to have success with it too. So, Sam, I think you got to look at the tape, but I thought he was hitting pretty efficiently on what he was doing and accomplishing today.
Is it hard to really view and really appreciate him because you're not hitting the quarterback that much, that you're not going to design runs with him so much?
Yeah, well, I try to run some design runs with him now because he's not going to get hit because he's off limits right now. So that's when I know, you got to feel, I don't know what install that Coach Sherman's going to have for the day either. So some of the QB run game is better versus certain looks, but I'm not trying to run Sam right up in between the tackles so many times. You know, that's really not his job. But he needs to get the reps. You know, there was a fumble at the end with him and J.Ott. We got to rep that. You know, we got to just keep working the exchanges and the reads and all that stuff. And that's what I'm more concerned about right now.
Anything in particular you'd like to see between now and the end, or even to fall, to see Sam improve this?
Yeah, I think, you know, these next, like the Monday and Wednesday practice, I've got to put more install in on them. I got to do a lot more stuff. I got to have a lot of, you know, new plays, new schemes, new, you know, routes, just so I can get it on tape and we can teach off of it. You know, like I still have to advance the installs. You know, like that first 8 practices was all about the base installations, and we had that conversation just about understanding what we're doing. Now we got to get some stuff on tape and understand there's more. Like I didn't even have a screen in until, you know, Wednesday of this week. You know, I went 9 practices without a screen. You know, and I think you guys remember watching us 2016. We ran a lot of screens. You know, but like I'm just trying to get the base stuff in right now, and I want to see him progress, and I want to keep challenging him with different presentations, different schemes, a lot of different things I need to just throw at him because he hasn't played much football. Just remember that.
A couple new backs in that group this week. What did you think of their performance moving over?
Yeah, I love it, man. You know, there's a lot of unfortunate things that have happened with injuries, and you know, as part of the game. You know, and that's the issues always with every team across the country right now is kind of the depth of spring football. You know, with the transfer portal and the people moving in and out at times, and it happens all the times. I've seen a lot of schools canceling their spring game because they don't have enough guys to actually like practice. I had that issue one time at Texas State where I didn't have enough people to practice. So I appreciate that these kids are willing to sacrifice whatever position they're at to come be a running back for a day or so, and you know, it's just you're thankful for those type of guys because they don't complain about it. They're still trying to figure it out, and they take it a day at a time, a play at a time. They're getting coached up as the play's getting snapped. You know, you see AT back there doing it, and you know, I'm just appreciative of those kids and just, you know, being selfless enough to sacrifice up their position for a day or so.
All right, you guys good?
Here. So early, you talked about like consistently bringing the effort early on. The offense through a big series of knockout punches, and then the defense responded throughout the day. What's it going to take for the offense to continue to respond with body blows going back to the
Yeah, no, that's the consistency of things that I talk about. That's the, you know, how you respond, because, you know, this is a game of imperfection. It's how you bounce back, how you respond, how you play the next play. You know, you hear that cliche of the next play mentality and all that stuff, but it's very accurate in football. You know, and what I've seen with us at times, a negative play seeps into the next play, and then we stall out. We got to be able to overcome adversity and find a way to keep moving the chains. And I thought today we did a decent job at that. We were in some third downs, and you know, Sam made some scrambles. Fernando made some plays too. It was fun to watch them guys like work through it. But you know, like there's been some times too, just to see it with their football knowledge. Like I'll tell them, hey, you got the play. I'll give you the protection. You check the right pass play, you know, and it's always fun watching where their minds go with that, you know. But the competitive nature of it, they figure it out, and we just got to keep, you know, working daily and learn to overcome adversity and be more consistent in everything that we do.
All right, everybody good?
Appreciate it, guys.
Good.